Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Chimera Elite bringing to you a Wolfen v Wolfen battle. And this is a fantastic fight, in my opinion. While the guy probably could have made some better decisions, I think that it was a really fun fight. His composition is a little bit odd, though. The way that I see the Wolfen in compared to the other races is that they are the rusher. They can use ranged, but only because the devs of the game wanted to give people that option. Like, I know that, okay, it's good to have units that can whittle down my units from a range without having to risk getting hurt. Which admittedly is something that the Wolfen aren't really good at. But that's why I don't focus, like, at all on any of my, just on any range units. I have support units, that's all fine and dandy. But it's different when you're looking at a fight against someone like a Chimera or against the undead. It's totally different because you need to be able to pour out as much damage as you can as quickly as you can. For example, like I had a fight earlier where I was fighting a Chimera and I got screwed because I let the Chimera and let his army do too much shit and give the Chimera too much just mana, and he could just essentially spam Celestial Scourge, which, in case you didn't know, is flat out one of the most damaging things in the entire game. Yeah, pretty much bar none. It hurts like hell. Actually, I was also looking at the patch earlier today, and you'll see in this fight there are a few killed outrights, but they don't really matter a whole lot. They changed how killed outright works. They made it so you have a zero, like it scales my chance essentially when I get hit to get killed outright. If I'm not wounded, there's a 0% chance, and each level of wounded past that is 1%. So even if I'm even if I'm critically wounded, my chance to be killed outright is still only like what, 4%. Yeah, no, even less than that. No, yeah. But even then, like at that point, I'm probably going to die anyway. That's kind of what happens in this fight. Like, both of us get killed outright on the other person, but like the unit that they were attacking literally would have died if they got hit by a breeze. Like, I would have died regardless. And I think it's a great change. But maybe I'm being picky, but I was also on the forums earlier, and they are doing things with they made a few nice changes, and I'm not really gonna list them off. I'm just gonna post them in the comments or something. But there was someone in the comments who mentioned something that kind of makes a lot of sense to me, considering how much damage the Chimera already deals. The way that they were looking at it was kind of a call back to the old way of thinking and looking at the legendaries, the heroes right now. Because if you look at it in pure, just flat out raw damage, it's like, as far as I know, or just in usefulness and just level, it's essentially Chimera. It's Chimera, Flesh Golem, Warg. But despite that, they all cost the same. Now I think the cost, like the having them all cost the same, was a pretty good idea on their part. But I think in the upcoming weeks and months, there's going to be a big shift back towards uh, the variable of unit price in even in heroes, because putting it flatly, having a warg, or having a flesh golem, or having chimera is just flat out better, at least for in my still somewhat new to this new meta, in my opinion. Because, okay, I can either have a decently hard hitting unit with 40 health, okay toughness, and some pretty cool abilities, or I can have a frontliner who can take how many hits? I don't know, a lot of hits. Who's tough? Okay, he's tougher than the unit before him. He can deal more damage, even despite the fact that he doesn't have War Fury. And this is my comparison between the Warg and the Predator of Blood, Calaris and the other dude. And they cost the same. That's like within the race. Outside the race, and again, it's gonna take a while for them to actually like get this down pat. But they need to figure out a way to balance even that. Because if they don't, then literally once everyone has enough money, they're just going to buy the top tier, the quote unquote top tier units, which are the Warg, the Flesh Golem, and the Chimera, which makes total sense in my mind. I mean, hey, it makes sense to me that the Chimera is more powerful than, say, the Archer, at least in my opinion. But maybe it's because I haven't played as long, and because most everyone who I've played against has essentially said, fuck all the other units, including myself, to some extent. Screw everything else. All I'm going to do is grab the Chimera, or in some other cases, grab the Warg, and I'm just going to toss this thing at you. For all the line fights I've gone up against, for all the line players that I've gone up against, I've only seen the Chimera. I have not seen anyone else. For the undead, I haven't played that many undead players, but honestly, like let's be serious here. The ones that I have played have really just played Melmoth, which is the not the paladin, the Skull Warrior. I've seen one guy play Melmoth, the paladin. But I think it's just because they may have been new players, and just like my friend, don't have all that much money and can't really afford to buy any of the higher, quote unquote, higher tier heroes. Now, again, I don't know, this game still has a lot of time and a lot of work that needs to be put into it just to make sure everything's really balanced. And maybe I just played against the Chimera wrong. I mean, the guy played well. I'm not denying it. But I feel like they should bring back the old point system that they used to use, because it worked very well. And it worked to such a degree that as a Warg player, if the enemy took a Chimera, it would even up the odds a little bit for me. Because the dude, and this is, again, he would have killed, this is a kill that right, he would have died anyway. I feel like the game just needs a little bit more time, and the devs on the forums just need to see more. I mean, they're definitely listening to us. I was on the forums today, and literally the heading was less killed outright, more strategy. They haven't gotten rid of killed outright, but they found a way to get rid of it, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So there's no random chance in the beginning of the battle for my unit to just get one shot and go, well, shit. That just kind of throws all my other plans down the fucking drain. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game right now. This is kind of about to wrap up because let's be honest here. It's my warg versus one guy who's pretty much dead, and 2 support units that can keep him alive. Now, before this ends, I'm just gonna quickly touch on that. His archers shouldn't have been focusing on the warg. It's all fine and dandy to try to hit the warg and whatever, but he really should have just been trying to kill the healer. From healer first, devotee of Yilla second, because that would have put a pretty serious dent. I probably still would have won, but it would have been a lot closer. Just because he could have dealt more damage to me through ranged, because I have a healer and I have a buffer. So he's still, yeah. At this point, he pretty much just says fuck it. I hit him with Yilla's Wrath, and he's just like, you know what, fuck it. It was a good game though. It was a good game. It was fun. Probably because I won, but that's just how it goes. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And if you want more, subscribe. I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.